Good evening, and welcome to Tales of Hope, where real stories meet gentle inspiration. I'm your host, Megan, and today we're diving into a heartfelt journey, a reminder that even in our deepest moments of confusion or heartbreak, hope still finds a way in. Stay with us. This is a story you don't want to miss.
Some stories begin quietly, in moments so simple, so ordinary, that we don't realize life is changing right in front of us. Aman wasn't looking for love on that day. He sat alone in a small café, sketching in his notebook just to ease the noise inside his heart. Life had been heavy, and he had grown comfortable with silence. But then she walked in, Selah. Sunlight followed her into the room like it knew she carried warmth wherever she went. Her presence was soft, gentle, unexpected, and yet it felt strangely familiar, as if his heart had been waiting for someone just like her. They talked that day, longer than either expected, and in the days that followed, something quiet and beautiful began to bloom. Evening walks beneath lantern lights, shy glances, hands almost touching, almost, but not yet. The kind of beginning that feels fragile but full of promise. Aman found himself smiling more. Selah felt herself exhale for the first time in years. Their hearts were moving toward each other in a way neither of them fully understood. But love, even the softest kind, can stir old fears. Selah began to pull away. Her smiles faded. Her voice grew quieter. She wasn't distant because she stopped caring. She was distant because she cared too deeply. Her past had taught her that love could break you, that closeness could vanish, that promises sometimes dissolve, no matter how tightly you hold on to them. Aman felt the change. He saw the storm behind her eyes. He stood in that dimly lit room with her one night, rain drifting down the window, wishing he knew how to fix something he couldn't even name. And then came the night they said goodbye. There were no harsh words, no anger, no blame, just two hearts, full of love, but weighed down by fear and uncertainty. The moon watched quietly as Selah whispered her goodbye, and Aman stood there, hurting, but still gentle, still wishing her peace, even if it meant losing her. The days that followed were heavy. Aman found himself sitting on the floor of his room, by the warm glow of his desk lamp, sketchbook open beside him. He didn't have the strength to draw, but he stayed there anyway, letting the stillness teach him how to breathe again. Selah, in her own quiet space, began to heal too. She wrote in her journal every morning, sunlight spilling across the pages as she learned to face the fears she had run from for so long. They were apart, but both were growing. Months passed, and then, one gentle afternoon, a knock echoed through Aman's hallway. He opened the door, and there she was, Selah, tears in her eyes, hands clasped together, not broken, but stronger, softer, braver. "I'm better now," she whispered. "I still love you, and I'm not running anymore." They didn't rush. They didn't try to recreate the love they had before. Instead, they chose a new beginning, one built on honesty, healing, and patience. Evening walks returned, but now with their hands intertwined. Their smiles came easier, their conversations deeper. A love that once trembled was now learning how to stand. And one bright afternoon, beneath an archway of flowers and falling white blossoms, Aman and Selah stood face to face, golden sunlight wrapped around them like a blessing. They held each other's hands not as two people who had never been hurt, but as two people who had learned how to love despite it. Their story wasn't perfect, but it was real, and sometimes real is the most beautiful form of love. This story reminds us that hearts can break, but they can also rebuild. That love can wander, but it can also return stronger. And that sometimes the best endings are the ones that had to break first just so they could shine brighter in the end. And maybe their story is a reminder for you today that love doesn't always stay when we want it to, and sometimes hearts break before they learn how to open again. But healing is real. Growth is real. Second chances are real. Aman and Selah found their way because they chose courage over fear, patience over rushing, and hope over heartbreak. So if your heart is bruised, if your story feels stuck, or if you're learning to trust again, remember this: what's meant for you will never abandon you. It will return strengthened, healed, and ready. Just keep growing, keep believing, and keep your heart open. Your story isn't over. In fact, the best chapter hasn't even been written yet.